Hello everyone, welcome to episode 19 of our Kingmaker campaign here at Goblins and Gambles. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have our first fan-named NPC. If you are interested in having us discuss a character or NPC with you, you can reach out to us at Goblins and Gambles at Twitter or info@goblinsandgambles.com. Twitter unfortunately doesn't allow us to have the extra 2 characters to make it consistent, but we'll find you. You could also use the GoblinCast hashtag on Twitter. We're using that to try to filter things out. As always, you can find more information on the podcast itself at goblinsandgambles.com. We're also now streaming on Twitch 2 nights a week. We're trying, at least. You're welcome to come hang out with us, watch us play games badly, the usual Twitch stuff. That's it from me for now. Not much going on today. No more spreadsheets today, which is nice. But we will see you again soon.
Let's just go watch Tucker and Dale. That's what we should do right now.
Tucker and Dale Fancast? Tucker and Dale
Fucking hate
Fancast?
this podcast.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
It's been so weird not playing Kingmaker.
Yeah, and it's so weird to get back into the GM role. Like, I'm so lazy. I don't have the same drive I used to have, especially seeing Eric do like next to nothing for Monster of the Week, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah. It's just, it's such a different game. Like the fact that you don't have to have a map for combat, the theater of the mind, it's
one of the few theater of the minds that work. Pathfinder's got so much crunchy, munchy, lovely shit that everyone really wants.
Every step in Pathfinder matters. And we screwed that up with Curse of the Crimson Throne. And we've got better
And
since
Kingmaker. And Galericon.
No, Kingmaker. I think our combats, I think we stick to most of the rules. I think we've done better than we did at Curse of the Crimson Throne.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyways, what do we do?
Yeah. So
what's going on?
If you guys remember, we finished spreadsheets with 5 hexes. Your kingdom is now 5 hexes large.
Werewolf
You are
time.
almost all the way to Oleg's.
Werewolf
Yeah.
time.
You've moved through the Bridge Hex, the Golden Cave, and now you're in between the Radish Patch and Billy the Dead Trapdoor Spider.
Mm-hmm.
And that means you're going to be heading back to your kingdom after the festival, and all of those sheep were slaughtered.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. I forget how to do this. But that's it. We're investigating a mystery at this point.
I believe the tracks were heading back into town, were they not out to the woods?
They were heading into town, yes.
And we had sussed out it was a wolf of some sort.
Possibly
Yep,
a
a
werewolf.
large wolf-like animal.
Yeah, so how do we go about searching for a werewolf?
I don't know. How do you think?
Well, step number 1 would be to follow the tracks, see where they lead.
Yes. Could I have a plus 10 to survival to follow tracks that have been identified.
Oh,
Yeah.
by all means.
Yeah. It's going to be a 23.
Yeah, 23 is pretty good. So, just checking my book here.
On the wrong fucking part of the map.
What do I need to do to aid?
You don't need to aid. You're good.
Stay back, my king. I feel handles this.
I got a 24, just so you know.
Those tracks lead to a small forest just on the outside of town.
Okay.
You see the tracks in, but no matching tracks out.
Any tracks out, though, at all? Like, different tracks out?
Yes, there's a bare set of human footprints.
Bare human feet.
Bare human feet.
Okay. So I am going to do another roll to follow those tracks.
Okay.
No, stop for a second. I think we should figure out where they went into the forest, take a look around. Because I know in like European mythos and stuff, there's something to do with like skin. Like they leave the skin of the wolf. So we might be able to get some information. I think we should go into the forest and then go out after it.
Can I roll now to identify these tracks to hopefully follow them? Because I'm waiting for we to go into the forest, then it rains or something. It's my worry. I'd rather go and find the person than find the source of their power, because they don't have their power right now. If that's how we're doing werewolves.
Let's split the party.
I'll follow the tracks into town because I can handle myself, and I'll send these two into the woods.
Yeah, you're lucky Eric's not here.
Yeah.
Never split the party. No.
Somewhere
Listen,
on a boat
I
in the
don't
middle of
agree
the
with this
ocean.
at all. No.
Well,
Don't split the party.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to go into town because I'm a tank. I can fight on my own.
I'm not
and
a
you two
tank.
can go.
I'm not a tank. I'm a
But
flimsy human. I
Eric
almost
is.
died twice. No,
Yeah,
I've technically died once, but Connor was nice to me. No.
So I will pursue these tracks back into the city. I take it with your knowledge of hunting, you can follow the tracks farther into the woods. Hopefully we will find nothing, but
He trips over his own
I will circle back.
Okay, so just 1 second. Anoran, I think you should take Marcus with you. He's good at
Oh, hell no.
sneaking around.
Hell, we're not leaving the king by himself.
With all due respect,
No.
sir, I concur. What was your title? The Minister of something? Minister of Coin or some shit?
No, he's the spy master.
Yeah, I agree with the spy master on this. You should not be left unattended.
I'm just going into some woods by the town. You're chasing down what could possibly be a monster.
And the spy master is, in lieu of myself being there, I will appoint him your head of security.
I'm Anoran, I appreciate you, but I'm not some fragile king. I'll be fine. The two of you can better watch a house. If you track this person back to a house, you can both watch it from both sides, and I will meet you there. I think that I should do this alone.
My liege, if I may speak to you for a moment, candidly,
Yes.
Marcus thinks you're both idiots, by the way. Just gonna put that out there.
you may need to sneak up on something, and you are not light on your feet. This is invaluable.
Anoran, I'm putting my foot down on this one. I'm pulling the king hat out.
He puts his foot down and snaps a twig, and a bunch of birds fly away.
You two should go back to the town, figure out where this is, and I'll meet you back.
It's a good thing I don't listen to you.
Sounds like an order.
I'm going to roll the survival to head in, and I'm going to let Taylor make his own decision. So I'm going to head back to town with a 27 to follow these tracks.
Okay, I will come back to you.
Yeah.
Taylor, what are you doing?
So I'm gonna look at them like they're both idiots because they're both fucking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know Anoran. And as much as
It's been months.
I don't give a fuck. I don't know you.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know me more than you'll pylon. You just haven't seen it.
You haven't shared the blood of battle.
Yeah.
So you're following me, I get it? I gather?
Stealthily, yes. I will make as if I'm going to go with Anoran. But again, I don't know her as much as I know you.
Stealth roll. Yeah, let's do it.
I rolled 19 for perception.
Okay.
Please, are you kidding me? So I also rolled a 19 for stealth. Plus the 11 I get. So it's a 30.
Jeez.
You are inside Baynard.
He's just on his back, just riding his back, and Bader has no idea.
I am your clothing now.
Okay, so we've got those two rolls. That's good. Thank you. And Baynard, can I get your, survival check to track?
You want another survival check?
For the wolf prints into the woods? Yeah.
Oh, 7.
Okay. You're going to wander around for 2 hours without finding anything meaningful. Taylor's going to follow behind you for 2 hours without finding anything meaningful.
Christ.
And we're going to jump to Anoran quick. So Anoran, you follow the tracks to the entrance of town near the port on the lake. And in the traffic and busyness of that area of town, you lose that track very quickly.
With a 27, do I have a sense of like when those tracks had come out of the woods?
Yeah, it would have been earlier that day.
Okay, I'm going to find I want to look for, I guess this is a diplomacy role for gathering information. I want to talk to the fish vendors and see if they saw someone like disheveled and barefoot. I'm assuming I can tell if it was like a grown man or a grown woman or a child.
Yeah, grown man.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll that diplomacy. It's a 3. I have no charisma score.
Yeah, which is strange for a cleric again.
Oh wait, no, sorry. It's +4, so it is is 7.
It's still not great. Do you want to know what you needed to beat for that roll?
Probably like a 10.
The command DC of the kingdom, which is currently 26.
Jeez.
I couldn't have gotten it then. Okay.
No, you wouldn't have.
So I'm just going up to like fish vendors and like I'm very like curt and I'm very like kind of abrasive and just saying like, there was a man with no shoes on. I need you to tell me where he went.
Yeah, so you're absolutely coming up to the fishmongers, and they obviously recognize that you are a member of the council. You dress and act as such, and they want nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing. So if you're not buying any fish, get out of here.
I do not see what my purchasing power of fish has to do with you doing your duty to the kingdom.
I have a duty to my fish. Thank you.
Jog on.
I'm going to make a point when I turn to let my spear on my back, like catch something and like knock it as I walk away, like in a huff.
Wow, you're starting this whole class war really early in this whole thing.
Yeah, like real early.
I have a 7 in charisma. That's a -3.
That's brutal, kid. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Oh,
All right.
man.
I am not a cleric.
So, do you have anything else you want to do before Baynard stumbles out of the woods and meets you back at the hold?
I assume if I go up like the hill that the hold is on and I look down towards the port, can I like just do a general perception to see like the foot traffic going in and out? Obviously not close enough to see faces, but I just want to see like how much ebb and flow there is throughout the day while I wait for them. Mm-hmm. Not great. It's 14.
14's okay.
Oh no, wait, sorry. 17.
17's
Yeah.
better. So yeah, this road here at the bottom leads back to the castle. You see a fair amount of traffic, obviously, on the docks itself, bringing in goods and services. And, god damn it, there is a fair amount of traffic to what appears to be a general store just off the beaten path. But you're not seeing anything that screams werewolf. You're not seeing anything that jumps out in any meaningful way, aside from the fact that it's a relatively new, small port, but busy as it is.
And so if he's going to be wandering around the woods for at least 2 hours before we cut back to them, can I, after an hour, get frustrated and go back to that first fishmonger?
Oh, no.
Sure, roll it again.
Okay. I'm going to roll intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to double check because I get to add my intelligence instead due to a feat. This
Cool.
should go better. And I have a possibility to get 26.
It's not going to go better.
So I'm going to go up to him. Should I tell you what I say and see if you want to award me any bonuses?
Roll and then tell me what you want to say.
Okay. It's only going to be a 19. I got a 12 on the die.
Okay. What do you want to say to him?
I'm just going to walk back up, take a breath in through my nose, and pick up one of the fish and kind of look it over and wait for him to say anything.
Welcome back, Your Highness.
And I'm going to slap him across the face with the fish. And I'm going to say, your king is trying to find a threat, and I am assisting him in this, and you will tell me what you have seen.
Why?
It's so good.
You just fish slapped the guy.
Oh, man.
Who does that?
It's so good.
You slapped him with his own fish. His own fish.
Yeah, who's in charge of local militia and stuff? I'm pretty sure that's John Hand, right?
I think so.
It might be me,
It's not going to be you. Not today.
technically.
He's
Okay, I was going to say. Yeah.
He's the enforcer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the enforcer. Let me go double check. That's important to know. Yeah, I think you're like kingdom at large.
Okay, because I think if I'm in charge of the guards, and when I slap with the fish and all the guards turn away, that might be more effective.
Yeah, I want to see what that is. Give me a second.
Just the pure audacity of slapping a man with the own fish that he caught. He caught that fish, and you're slapping him with it.
And then he caught these hands.
No, he caught a fish, and then he caught it again with his face.
Brutal. Okay, so John Hand is a counselor. That's not what I'm looking for. It's the Royal Enforcers, Anoran. Viceroy or Warden. Viceroy or Warden, sorry. So it's one of those two.
So we don't have a warden, so I would say that
We do have a Warden.
I thought it was the paladin guy.
No, Travis is the Warden.
Oh, right.
What are their role descriptions?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go get the fucking PDF for that. Ugh.
I'll say if there is a warden, I feel like warden makes more sense to have the guard kind of under them.
The enforcer was for the kingdom at large for like unrest and stuff, I thought.
I get sent out to deal with things, like when that unfortunate thing, if it makes it into the episode or not, with the charisma roll on the king's behalf and the pregnant woman.
Yes, that is in the episode. I left that in specifically. So a warden leads the kingdom's defense and city guards. All right, so you're coming up against Travis.
Travis is a new convert to Erasto, correct?
Not as new as the rest.
Yeah, but like since the start of our Kingmaker campaign, Eric turned him into an Erastilian, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need to do a preparatory. Feel like I know this, but I got to do it just in case. As I do a religion check to see if I can bandy about with him about his shit. And I get a 23. Okay, yeah, I can use all of my Liam knowledge on Erasto.
Fuck. All right. Yeah, so the fishmonger is very clearly pissed and walks away to grab a guard and says, "Bring me the captain, please."
Yes, brings the captain. I would use his assistance in having a bit of respect for the king around here as we need your assistance.
You found some guy that literally spends the day out on a fucking boat, nowhere near land, and slapped him with what he caught.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is not going to go well for you. I'm sorry.
The footprints were earlier in the day. Earlier in the day when he's probably out fucking fishing still. Do you know nothing of fishing?
They fish one day and sell next day. If he's in the market, he was there all day.
So Travis comes down to this altercation. What's going on there, eh?
All right, they're fucking Canadian.
This monger here was present when a person of interest to your king came through here, and instead of giving me any sort of straight answer, has been insisting that I am in some way wasting his time when I'm here on king's business. And so I picked up one of his fish and I smacked him in his face with it.
Yeah. He told me about that part. Anoran. God damn it, I'm slipping into Bert.
Yeah.
How do I do Canadian?
Good day, eh?
Anoran.
Oh, good day, eh?
Oh, good day, eh?
Oh, Anoran. They should at least find you handy.
Ow.
Sorry.
Was not expecting red-green tonight.
We're doing Canadian. Anoran, you can't go around just slapping people with fish.
Do you know that when Ulfin tribes, the progeny of your god,
Oh boy.
when they have conflicts, they very rarely speak over it. They do resort to physical strength. I found myself in need of information and at a position of superior physical strength to this man, and so I did what I felt necessary. And if you would like to speak to the king about this, obviously that is your purview as the warden here. But as a true worshipper of your god, one would hope that you had a bit more antler in your spine. And I'm like 5'6". I'm not crazy tall, so like I'm standing as close as I need to like not have to look up too far, but I'm just like squared off.
Hold up. So, first off, you called the fishmonger weak. He could be fucking jacked. He was never described. Just gonna put that out there. Then also, the captain of the guard, you have just called out his fucking god.
Taylor, I just would like to point you to the first line on my character sheet where I have an 18 strength, and I will fight both of these guys. I have 18 strength and 0 patience.
Jesus Christ.
Well, Anoran, I appreciate the history lesson on a religion. You'll note that we are not in the past.
You'll note
we are now, where we do not just slap people with fish.
In the now, dear Captain.
Please, dear enforcer, I have some shit to say, and now I'm Southern. It's coming out.
I got angry, and so I'm Southern. I am going to use a first level spell.
Oh my god.
It is going to be forced quiet.
You can't stop me.
Okay. It doesn't silence him, but I'll say, I would appreciate if we could have this conversation at a reasonable tone, Travis.
Sure, Anoran, as soon as you get your teeth apart.
You have to do a will save, DC
Sure.
15.
Where are my dice?
And that'll mean the difference between you going teeth apart or teeth apart.
All right, I fail.
Okay, so when you say the teeth thing, say it again, but measly.
We can have a nice conversation once you get your teeth apart, Anoran.
I will get my teeth apart, Travis, when we can speak to the citizens of this town and they answer us. Because right now you're king, and I'm going to turn my shoulder so I'm keeping everyone but him out of this. And I'm just going to say, he's traipsing around the woods outside of town looking for signs of a werewolf that I tracked back to the market here. And so when he tells me that his selling of fish is more important, I'm trying to keep his fish throat from being ripped out from his fishy face.
Well, that's good news to have, Anoran, but this is still a free country. We do not run a dictatorship. These people are free to go about their business as they desire, and you accosting them is not good for the council's look. Now, if we can step away from this man...
I am not one concerned with image, and if you could remember there's a spell keeping you from raising your voice.
Yeah, I'm not yelling. I'm trying to keep it down while staying in.
Yeah.
We do not own this man.
But we, and I'm going to gesture to he and I, specifically are in positions to keep this man and others safe from greater harms. And so a wet fish, a trout, if I'm not mistaken, across his cheek is very little to, again, having a werewolf come for his throat or his children.
I don't think this man has children, but that's besides the point.
It's true, he is quite a flaccid-looking man. At that point, I've opened back the conversation. I understand that he is upset. That was my intention. But now that you and some of the guards are here, perhaps you could help me canvass for a barefoot grown man about 6 feet in height, potentially ragged-looking due to spending a large portion of his time last night as a wolf killing all sorts of sheep. Now, would you rather we fight over this, or would you like to help me track down this threat?
Sorry, I have another question. So, Liam, you decided it was quicker to fucking slap a guy in the face with a fish than go talk to the guards yourself.
No, I'm turning
what
the
you just
thing
said.
around. No, I'm turning the thing around. I am a conversationalist. I am with two.
Brutal charisma.
As long as I'm intimidating, I get to use my intelligence. As long as I'm making logical sense, I get to use my intelligence.
All right.
Burning wit, I believe it's called.
So, Anoran, I believe that there is an issue at hand. I'm not positive that it's going to turn up as a werewolf. However, we will help.
Your king has sent me to look for a werewolf.
Your king may
And
have
so we
done
will
something.
teach it as a
My
werewolf.
king doesn't let people slap people with fish.
He doesn't let most of the council members do most of what they do. If you've forgotten what his cousin has been doing in the nights.
I don't want to
What?
know what that is. What are you talking
What?
about?
I'm just picturing we cut to or Pervious or whatever, just
Percy.
and you just hear a chicken squawk. It's
No, we're not doing that.
I watched a bunch of Preacher since we played last, and there's a dude who just fucks a chicken.
Why would you
It's
put
that's
that out
awful.
there?
We're absolutely
you can-
cutting that.
Yeah, cut it. I just thought it was funny.
No bestiality on this podcast, thank you.
Whoa.
Actually, you know what? It might stay. I don't know. That's kind of
You
funny.
gotta leave the conversation after, though.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's kind of funny.
Where I explain that it's not from my own brain.
If you promise not to accost any more citizens, Anoran, the guards will work with you. However, you're going to need to take a gentler hand because they will not respond well.
Of course, I will take 15 men if you can spare some.
15? What kind of kingdom do you think you are? You can have Johnny and Jake.
Before we make that canon, how many guards are there in town?
Probably 5.
Yeah, 5 tops.
Okay, so I will take 3 bodies.
Sure.
Johnny and Jake.
That
Yeah,
would be-
I forgot that we
That
only
would
have
be
a pop.
Travis, Johnny, and Jake.
Perfect.
Good old reliable Jake.
Is there another Jake? Have I missed?
No, it's the Evil Dead musical. Good old reliable Jake.
Ah, gotcha.
Which you'd remember if you cared about Evil Dead, and if Eric had taken me to see the Evil Dead musical instead of
It's
you,
been so
I would
long.
have enjoyed the Splash Zone and remembered that. So, but
It was a great musical. I did
Ooh,
enjoy
it's
that
so
one.
good.
A lot of
It's
shades
really
going
good.
here.
You have just thrown a huge wrench into my goddamn day, that's for sure. I was not planning on arguing with a fucking crazy crowd.
I wasn't also planning on arguing. I was planning on being responded to when I smacked him with the fish.
All right. So this entire process has given Baynard and Marcus enough time to make it back to town.
I wouldn't stumble around the woods for 2 hours.
Sure.
After about an hour, I would turn to Pygmere, my boar,
Oh God, you.
and I would try to push it to try to track by scent, because I know I'm fumbling around, so I'm going to try to get him to track by scent.
What is Pygmere? Pygmere's new. I thought you had 2 boards.
I have 2 boars. There's Pygmere and Balon.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
So Pygmere is the one I have with me right now, because I only carry around one at a time.
Okay.
I'm one man. I can't control
Sure,
2
you
pigs.
can't have 2 boards.
Yeah. So,
That would be
so
crazy.
when Pygmere dies, I'm gonna resort to Balon. So Pygmere, I'm gonna try to convince him to try track by smell, and we'll see how it goes. Just 1 second. Let me just roll a dice.
Yep.
Okay, it didn't work.
When did you get a companion?
At 4th level,
You get an animal companion?
animal companion at 4th level, because I
Oh,
took
that's
the animal domain.
Nice.
So I've been spending this whole year training these pigs. So
That's amazing. I'm into that.
but I have very bad animal handling because I haven't been putting points into it.
Mhm.
So push
And-
is very difficult.
So I tried to push him to track by scent. So I wasted an hour following a pig. He probably found some mushrooms or something instead. It's
Yeah, you got a nice
cool,
truffle.
Cool. After one last ditch effort, though, I'm going to look around. Is there any animals around that I think I might be able to see within earshot of me?
Animals?
Animals.
In the woods? Yeah, you're going to run into squirrels or something.
Okay, I'll cast speak with animal. I'll try speak with a squirrel and to see have you seen any? Try ask them. Have you seen a werewolf? Have you seen a wolf man or something?
Sure. Now you're going to make me be Alvin. What is this day?
This is what being a GM is.
What kind of roll do you want? Do you want a charisma roll? What do you want?
To talk with animals? You cast it, right?
Yeah, so I can talk to an animal for 4 minutes.
Gathering info is a diplomacy check.
It's diplomacy, yeah. So give me a diplomacy roll.
Oh wait, I'm wrong. I can do it for more than that.
You're not going to get 4 minutes out of a squirrel. I promise you. Don't worry about how long it is.
So you want Oh, never mind.
What'd you roll?
So with my diplomacy, I get +4 to my diplomacy rolls.
Oh, shit.
So I have a big old 7.
Okay. You know that noise squirrels make when they're angry?
Yeah,
That chitter chatter?
yeah,
It translates to "fuck off, you oaf."
yeah,
And he ran away.
yeah. Okay, now I head back to town.
Sure. Marcus, what's up?
Just when, I'm following around Baynard for the first hour, and I'm not surprised that we're just wandering the woods. And then I see him get his pig out, and I sigh. And I follow around for another hour. And then I see him cast something and start chattering to a squirrel, and I sigh. And then I see that he's finally given up, and we're exiting the woods. And just as he steps out, I'm going to step out right beside him from the bush, look at him, and sigh. Walk to town.
So Marcus, you saw all that?
Let's go, Baynard. We don't need to talk about what happened.
On the way back, I want to look around to see is there anywhere we could probably hide to stake out if someone else if they came back this way? Is there a place to kind of hide around?
Yeah, there's definitely trees and rocks and stuff that you can make a little werewolf blind if you wanted.
Okay, so I'll keep one of those areas in mind for later. So if it gets close to dark, maybe we'll head back. And I mentioned that to Marcus. It's whoa, that spot over there. Do you think that'll give us enough cover to try to watch if someone tries to come back this way?
Baynard, with my extensive knowledge of woodcraft, sure.
Excellent. I'm glad I have you with me, Marcus.
I don't know
Tally
what
ho.
you do without me.
Oh boy.
My survival is
Tally
1,
ho.
okay? 1.
Wow.
I don't know shit about the woods.
Okay, so you guys make it back to town as Anoran and the guards are beginning to question the dock workers beyond just the one guy that's been slapped with a fish.
Okay.
Yeah, if you strong arm anybody, Anoran, and Baynard's around, I think something bad's going to happen, but we'll carry on when we get there.
No, I continue using. I'm seeing this as like when he's around. I try not to intimidate, but my temper. I have like I'm playing a little like number of tick marks before the temper goes.
Okay. So a few of the dock workers have been more helpful, but there's still nothing meaningful for you. It's not a big town, so people aren't really paying attention to things like that. A guy walking around barefoot isn't abnormal. It's a dock in a small country. Like it's not too crazy. They do note that there are a number of people that they work with and deal with regularly, and they're present, and they deal with more of the people coming through the town because they're not fishermen. They mentioned that you might want to check out the general store. You might want to talk to the proprietors. They've got a better eye on things.
Okay, let's check out the general store. We're all back together, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's all right. Let's go to the general store that he might know. Who runs the general store?
It's a couple, and it is our first NPC named after a fan.
Woo! Hey!
Yeah, we're going to start doing that now that we have enough people that actually care to talk to us. So that's nice. And this one, unsurprisingly, is a friend of the show rather than a fan of the show. One of Liam's players from his games that he runs. Her name is Julia, and her in-character husband's name is Zagu.
Julia and Zagu?
Yeah, they together are the Kundals.
Awesome. Thank you, Julia.
Yes. And I also let her name her general store.
Oh my god.
And I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, it is the Del Lobo general store.
Dellobo?
Dellobo.
So let's just do a quick shout out of if you want to be on our show as an NPC, just talk to us on Twitter or come on stream when we're streaming and talk to us. We don't bite. We're friendly people.
Or send an email. I check the emails every day.
Yeah,
we have an email?
We're nice guys. We're nice guys.
info@goblinsandgambles.com.
Let's look at that, folks. I learned something new.
You clearly haven't listened to any of these episodes.
Not in a while.
You always gotta skip the middle part where Connor talks about the rules.
I listened to most of the Spreadsheets 101 today, and just like when the music's hit up, it gave me the feels. I was like ready to play once I started hearing the music. So
yeah, that's good. I'm glad.
I legitimately pulled up my SoundCloud and listened to the theme song
nice.
About like 2 hours ago because I was like, oh, we're playing Kingmaker and it's like a real session.
Yeah, it feels good to be back in these characters. Really good. I'm really excited.
Yes, good to be back.
Just for 1 second, I'm really happy that Marcus didn't stab me to death in the woods. Just gonna throw that out there.
Just to be clear, I'm not the one that started any fight. It has been you who's instigated.
Okay. I stole stuff from the whole party.
I didn't say you didn't steal stuff. I have totally stolen stuff, but I have not instigated a fight with other party members.
Okay. I threatened the possibility of a fight, and then I changed my mind.
You totally wanted to kill me at the river.
Yeah, it's close. Man, it's close.
Yeah, and you had a bloodlust at that time.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go talk to Julia. I'm going to leave Piglon outside, just so you guys know.
I thought it was Pygmere, yeah.
Pygmere. Sure, Pygmere.
I liked Piglon as like the stopgap name because then you're like, oh, it's probably pronounced Pylon. And that's like when your charisma level boosted up.
Yeah.
Like when I spell it out, I realize the phonetics.
Yeah. So you guys enter Del Lobo General Store, and it looks like a general store, except it smells fishy, being so close to the port.
Who should talk to her?
Hail,
I
Julia.
will handle this, my king.
I've already said hello.
Sounds like Marcus got in there. Okay. Julie and I discussed it today.
But just quickly, 1 second. Just Marcus will go up to talk because I'm talking to Anoran about the fish slapping incident, kind of giving her the gears. Like you can't slap people with a fish.
I don't think Travis has mentioned. I think
Travis absolutely would have mentioned it.
Oh no, when they come up and like meet up with us, I let them keep going and I cut them off and be like, we should check the general store, and I fill them in. I'm doing everything I can to keep that separate.
Okay, I like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm into it. So, as I was saying, I spoke with Julia today, and I mentioned that I would be trying to do a Spanish accent, seeing as it is named Del Lobo.
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
Bienvenue, Del Lobo.
Stop.
I hate it so much.
Just stop.
Connor texted me. I said, please don't do a Spanish accent. He said, I'm Zorro, motherfucker.
Puss in Boots.
Puss. Yeah, if you do like the lisping Spanish, I think that's fine.
Yeah,
Puss in Boots.
I'm also not very good at women's voices, so I'm not going to do an accent. I'm just going to speak, because I've had enough of that for today. Anyways, so you, Marcus...
Walked up. I assume we know most of the proprietors in town, so I assume we know who she is.
Yes, so Julia and Zagu are fairly new. Mm-hmm. Again, being new migrants. They're from the Kelid region.
Ooh, I remember Kelid.
Which I believe is like sandy, deserty. I think. I'd have to double check. It is now.
I will double check it.
But yeah, Julia's at the main desk, and she says, "Hail, Marcus. Pleasure."
Pleasure. Well, I've gone English. Julia, we've had a bit of a stir on the outskirts of town. Some sheep were slaughtered. Oh, now I don't even know what I am. Slaughtered. And it seems we found some footprints leading into town. Didn't know if anyone come by mentioning possibly a stranger or man out of sorts.
Can you roll a diplomacy for me?
Woo! I rolled a natural 18.
Nice.
With a +7 for 25.
Okay.
We should have made you king.
She doesn't have anything meaningful for you.
No.
She says, "No, I haven't seen anybody irregular. Just the usual." And again, we're a fairly small town still. There's only several hundred of us.
Has anyone sold you any mutton lately?
No, not a regular mutton, just the farmers from outside. Same guys as always.
Same guys as always. Could you just give me a brief list of those?
Yeah, the two farmers.
A very brief list.
I'm just trying to make a conversation at the same time, just gather more information.
Sure. Yeah. I get you.
You don't actually have to give me names. I'm not
going to name them. It's the two farmers.
The two farmers on the outside.
Yeah. Who you've dealt with both of them at this point.
And they're pissed that the sheep are dead. Okay.
Correct.
Hell, I don't know if she's new to town. Maybe there's some third person that has been selling her mutton. Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Yep.
So, and where is your husband at? I don't even know what fucking accent that was.
You're going for Southern.
Yeah.
He keeps trying to slip in.
Oh, fuck.
This will just slowly become Hell's Horses by the end of the session.
It's going to happen. I'm going to be the fucking sheriff.
He's sleeping downstairs.
And what time did he come in? Seems odd to be sleeping this time of day, no?
He's not feeling well. He's sick. He was here last night. He didn't come in at any point. He's just been sick.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Julia.
Can I do like a sense motive on that?
Can I? Yeah, I would also like to do a sense motive.
I would 100% like to join you in this.
Okay. I will give someone aid then.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Baynard's the worst roller.
I get a +11 to sense motive, so I have a 24.
Do I need to aid?
I mean, you can. You can try to negate Baynard's unhelpful aid.
Be a 20.
Yeah, okay. She is pretty fucking cagey right now.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Out of character, the moment you said he's sick and sleeping, I was like...
I'm going to step up as soon as I sense that she's like holding something back. I'm like right next to Marcus, and I'm going to be like, "Then, Miss Kundal, I will go down and tend to him. I am, yes, I will go see him. I'm a cleric of sorts," and I'm just going to try to push past her. Like behind the counter. It's like, where is downstairs?
Anoran, this isn't our home. You can't just go charging past anyone. Sit yourself down.
I'm going to turn to you and just like shoot you a glare that tells you that like I'm like 10 seconds away from hellish rebuke. Don't get in my way.
Try it, buddy.
But I'm just going to say I will tend to him. I'm an accomplished healer.
Did she ask for your help?
She does not need to. It is our duty to help. And I'm just going to like As I'm saying this, I'm just still like walking to the back.
Feel free to speak up, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, can you cure moderate wounds? Because I believe you cure light wounds in your proficiencies.
Yeah, cure light wounds is... Well, what's this level 2 spell?
I can also tend... If he is... I'm going to turn to both of them. I'm going to say in like a deadpan, I'm going to say, if he is perhaps afflicted by some woe-begotten curse, I have spells for this as well. Because I do have a spell that can negate the effects of a curse for a short time. And so if depending on what lycanthropy is, I'm sure we could roll when we get there. I can cast, what was it called? Abeyance. I can like keep a curse at bay.
It's interesting.
Yeah. That, and I can bestow weapon proficiency, I think. So I can just toss you any weapon and be like, for a second level spell slot, you can use this.
All right. So she says, there's no need, thank you. Just let him sleep, please.
Of course there is a need. One waste away a whole day when he could be helping you up here, and I'm just going to continue walking towards wherever I intuit.
All right, Marcus is going to take some offense at this. Anoran, the lady doesn't want your help. Quit being so goddamn pushy. Get out. Just get out, and
I'm gonna put my hand on Marcus's shoulder and say, Marcus, I don't think there's a harm in Anoran going down and checking on him.
If it was requested,
it can either be Marcus. This could either be who we're looking for, or if he's sick or has some sort of disease that could damage the town. Anoran could stop that now, nip it in the bud.
And Marcus, perhaps if this is not exactly who we're looking for, perhaps he's met who we're looking for, and that should be dealt with quickly.
Really, Anoran? I just don't like your tone. And then I'm going to go stand against the wall.
I'm finding your wishy-washy accent to be a little odd.
Fuck you.
Out, snorting hurts my throat.
That's what you get.
Julia, I'm sorry for the good of the kingdom. We need to talk to your husband. Marcus, stay here with her. Me and Anoran will check on the husband.
She bows her head and hands you a key to the basement door.
Key?
Ooh.
What is the key made out of?
Silver. Who gives a fuck?
I need to know. I need to know if it's silver.
It's just a regular key for a regular door.
I'm rolling a perception to see if there's any like cutlery or anything on sale in the general store, something made of silver. Yeah. So I'm carrying nothing silver.
Perception?
I get a 23.
Yeah, there's no silver. This is a very small, basic general store.
I'm going to grimace at you, Baynard, and just go like, best of luck down there. And I'm going to grab the key, and I'm going to walk with you.
So, yeah, what do we see when we get downstairs, Connor?
Yeah, so let's reveal that area.
Ooh.
So we can do that here.
That's why the map was long. Tall.
Yeah, so we're going up to the top there. That's floor 0.
Where is the door? Where is the locked door?
At the bottom of the stairs.
Okay, so guess we're at the door. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And Anoran, how likely do you think that? What was his name again?
Zagu.
How is Zagu who we're looking for? You think?
Can I roll a knowledge dungeoneering, or what would it be for the monster, like for werewolf stuff? What knowledge would that be? I can do any of them, I think, but
is it knowledge curse? Is there anything along those lines?
Religion.
Okay, then yeah, religion.
Cool. And thank you for confirming it might be a curse, because this could be a very fun use of one of my only second level spells. Oh god, that's a 15 plus 8. What is math? 23.
Okay, and what are you trying to figure out here?
I want to know, just like, I want one good fact about werewolves that would help me answer Eric's question. Like, if I think that it could be him because of like the time of day, or the fact that she's locking him in the basement, something like that. Like, however, I can even add a perception check to say, like, would this door hold a werewolf in? Would him being in the basement mean that maybe he's got some sort of aversion to sunlight or something like that?
Yeah.
One good fact that you can give me to give to Eric.
Okay. You know that he wouldn't be a werewolf at this time.
But I know that it's not like the hide the fur in the woods. It's like a transformation.
It's a transformation, yeah. Yeah, typical werewolf.
My king, I'm sure that if we can't discern immediately, we can at least keep an eye on him until such time. But I can, hopefully, I'll say this then. Would I know that if lycanthropy would be affected by abeyance, could I keep him from transforming tonight by casting a spell on him?
What's the spell?
The spell is Abeyance. I've got some details here. It is a Cleric Paladin Inquisitor spell. Abeyance suppresses the effects of a single curse on a creature. It does not restore any damage or drain that might have been caused by the curse. Abeyance cannot cannot suppress curses that cannot be removed by remove curse. Oh wait, shit.
So
yeah, it can suppress like
right there in the thing, it can suppress lycanthropy that require remove curse along with additional measures.
Perfect.
Can be suppressed only once. Period.
Once period, yeah. So I'm saying that if he hulks out and attacks us, I'm going to cast Abeyance on him.
And it lasts 24 hours.
Yeah. And so we'll have a day to deal with it, knowing who he is, and he won't be able to attack us as a werewolf.
Okay.
Because I think as a werewolf, we have to have silvered weapons, or he takes DR10 or some fucking nonsense.
So, okay. I think I'm going to cast a couple spells before we walk in the store. I'm going to do Barkskin on my Skelf, because that's 40 minutes. You know what? I'm not going to do Barkskin, because he's going to be able to tell I have Barkskin. That's going to be really weird. Why do you look like you have wood skin, my lord?
So when I assume they've gone downstairs or wherever this is now, is Julia nervous?
She is quite sorrowful and very morose, sitting at her counter, head down, just very clearly worried.
What are they going to find, Julia?
They'll find my husband.
And who is your husband, or what?
He's a sick man.
Julie, I'm trying to help you.
I don't know if you can.
Maybe not, but I'm trying to. Can you talk to him?
Yeah. I mean, he's just a guy. You can talk to him. He's sick and he's asleep and he's not going to be happy about this.
Julie, I'm trying to ask, are those two about to get their asses kicked?
Only if they make him mad. I feel like they can probably handle themselves. He's one guy.
I'm going to cast Protection from Evil on Eric.
I'm going to cast Protection from Evil on Anoran.
We do a patty cakes. Which means I've used 2 level 1s.
Do you want magic weapon cast on your spear?
That would be on my flail if you could. I've got the spear and the flail.
Okay, so those are the 2 spells I'll cast. I'll do Protection from Evil and magic weapon. They both last about 4 minutes, so we should probably, as soon as I finish casting, we should go in.
Perfect. I want to say, Eric, the plan I think is get in there. You talk to him while I do religion checks and check him over with some medicine and religion. Because I have no bedside manner. And I say, if you could keep him talking, I will inspect him, check for signs. I'm aware of certain smells on his breath, the mutton perhaps, but also a more canine sense, and some other things. And I gotta give you the rundown of what I'm going to be looking for.
Okay, so I'll open up the door. I have my shield out, but I don't have a weapon out right now. And I'll walk in and I'll announce myself. Zago Kundal, your liege lord approaches. Announce yourself.
You can come in.
Okay, so I'll try to approach him.
Sure. What's up, Taylor?
Can we hear anything from upstairs? Do we hear just mumbling when they start to talk? Okay.
Like someone in a basement.
I was so tempted to cast the other spell again. See, so it's we could just put the screws to him and Marcus and Julia would never know. But I won't do that.
So yeah, you can approach. There's a chair at the end of the bed, essentially.
Okay, I'm going to stay standing just because I'm kind of cautious here.
I'll walk up to that chair while he says this, but not sit down yet.
Zago, what ails you, sir?
I feel unwell.
Do you mind if I inspect your health? I am, my name is Anoran, and I do our kingdom's sort of salute, and I am one of the advisors to the king, and I'm quite versed in medicine. I was speaking with your wife, and I would like to just make sure that there is nothing that could be spread. And I will happily roll deception on that.
Yeah. Give me deception. I think that's a diplomacy check in Pathfinder.
I thought there was...
There is no
bluff.
Deception.
Yeah, bluff.
Bluff.
Bluff? Okay,
bluff.
Yeah. My bluff is higher than any of my other charisma skills. I get only an 8.
If my wife's let you down here, you don't need to check for anything. I know why you're here. You know why you're here. What do we do?
I'm going to roll a sense motive on that. I want to know if that just confirms everything.
I'm going to roll to see if Baynard understands what he's saying.
Yeah, 19 total.
I rolled a 19, so Baynard knows what's up for once in his life. Zago, are we in for a fight here, or can we help you?
I hope we're not in for a fight. Really depends on what you mean by help.
I am going to, pull that chair up and sit down and say, I need you to think hard on this and let me know, has anyone ever tried to obey your curse? This can only be done once, but we'll give you 24 hours to leave our city.
Oh.
Anoran, he's not going to leave. We need to find a cure for him.
My king, I am unsure of any cure for what ails Zagu, but I can give him a day, a moon, and a day again to leave, unfollowed and unfettered by his curse, for a single cycle of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Taylor?
I just want to keep talking to Julia.
Sure.
Yeah, I love these happening at the same time, like a Tarantino split screen.
Julia, has your husband ever hurt anyone?
No.
Just has a taste for mutton? I'm going to look at her knowingly.
At that, I want to cut to me turn to Eric saying, what he does to the farms nearby is not sustainable. And I understand that you would not want him harmed for his misfortune, but he cannot stay here. And then cut back up to Julia.
All right, Director Leo.
What
was the question? Taste for mutton.
And if he'd ever hurt anyone.
Yeah. So no, he's never hurt anyone. She says this month he's been more aggressive, clearly, but he's never hurt a person directly. Clearly the livelihood of these farmers is damaged a little, but...
Is this why you came here? What's our town called?
Caber.
Is this why you came to Caber? To start anew?
I guess kind of. We're trying to avoid larger places, but our skills are in the mercantile ways.
And I'm going to say to Anoran, we need Zago and Julia. They bring commerce and stability to Caber. We can find a way to keep him here safely.
Oh, don't misunderstand me, my liege. Unless your cousin can cure potent diseases as such, then I don't mean to imply that Julia will leave, but her husband will be leaving today. And I'm going to look at him and kind of ask him again, has anyone ever attempted to obey your curse?
How often does your husband change?
It's the full moon, the typical thing. We've never had the means to help him much. We can simply just point him in the right direction.
If we were to come to some sort of arrangement, would your husband be willing... Is there a spot open in the kingdom for some sort of muscle? Sorry, I have to cut out of this. I want to try and find some spot where we could find a use for a fucking werewolf. I think that would be fucking badass.
Oh, where you want to set him loose?
Not loose, but if we can control, not tame him, but if we have to get him a cage for the night of the full moon, throw him a fucking sheep. Marcus, I will foot that. I think that'd be fucking awesome to have a werewolf on our team. Even if we just enlist him in the guard of sorts, even if it's just a mercantile guard or something. Because, in my head, our kingdom is currently lacking in, obviously, manpower for stuff, even if it's just within the guard. If he worked for the guard and we supplemented his pay with a couple fucking sheep on the full moon.
Mutton ration? Just some beef livers, lock him in the basement.
Can't we set up a locked room for a cage for him just to keep him safe for those nights?
I do remember in the book it says something about putting them in any sort of door that requires hands and not paws can waylay them a fair amount. And so it doesn't even have to be a particularly strong door, just a handle you need to have thumbs for.
There was that whole weird dungeon back at our castle. We could just shove them down there every full moon. That's what Baynard's thinking. We can't give up citizens right now.
Yeah. Okay. So Taylor and Julia Marcus and Julia will continue their conversation, and it trends towards they're willing to take help if it's offered, but she knows that her husband, Zagu's not going to fuck around. So we head back downstairs, and he'll note that no one's ever been able to assist him in any way.
Okay.
No one's ever cast anything on him or given him any tinctures or whatever.
Then I offer you this, and if you'll allow me, my liege, I will.
I will not allow you, Anoran. This is not what we are doing. We need to keep him here in our town. You can't just let him loose out in the country. He might find some other town that is unwilling to help him. They might just murder him out of hand, or he might murder somebody.
Or perhaps he finds himself in one of the more suitable cities where a proper healer could remove it completely.
I can send for my grandfather or send for information. He might have dealt with something like this in the past. We have the means and the time to help him. He came to Kingmaker. He came to Ramure to help us build something. We can't just send them away. He's our family now. He's under Erastel's protection.
He came to help build, but he spends time unbuilding, unmaking. Was the farmers outside or trying to build?
That can be forgiven. His worth is greater. Zago, are you willing to accept our help?
He sits on that for what feels like a very long time.
The whole time, like, my hand is sitting on, like, the handle of my flail.
And you can see his giant war axe on the bed beside him.
He's got his guard. If we make him a guard, he's a fucking dope guard.
He coughs at the end of his long pause, and he says, I can consider some assistance. I don't want to hurt anyone. I haven't hurt anyone. Yeah, he's willing to work with you rather than be expelled.
Yeah, so as I said, my plan is to have a place in the castle where he will come for those nights, and we'll try to keep him safe.
Okay.
I want to put it out there. Liam is also, like Taylor, super on board for Werewolf Guard. This is the only option I could think of for my
It's
ship.
good. No, I think that was a good indication of your character. Today has been an interesting peek at Anoran.
Enlightening.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Not what I expected.
Marcus is now going to kick open the basement door and be like, do nothing. This man means no harm.
Does Zago...
Is Baynard doing that on purpose? It's Zagu, right?
Yeah, it's Zagu.
Just a little bit of the old king.
However, Zagu doesn't feel he's in a position to correct the king.
That's fair.
Then I'm going to say, my liege, I apologize, but his name is Zagu.
Oh my goodness.
Like, every time you've told me not to do what I wanted to do, I'm getting, like, more vein in my forehead.
Zagu, I'm so sorry. I'm not great with names, and I'm working on it every day. I apologize. Please correct me in the future.
This is a minor problem compared to the ones at hand.
Are you well enough to come upstairs, have a drink with us and your wife? We'll toast to our new arrangement and to great things to come.
Today would not be a good day for that.
Well, we need to get you to the castle into a safe room before the evening. So, I mean...
I guess I'll have a drink.
I'm going to look at Eric and say, and while I'm turned towards Baynard, I'm going to say to Zagu, would you allow me to approach you, Zagu? And I'm just going to step up from with the seat at the end of the table, or at the end of the bed, and I'm going to walk to, like, lean in kind of close, like, and just look him over. And I want to know what I have to roll to, like, appraise his neck. I want to make it look like I'm fitting him for a collar for the dungeon. Like, I want it to be an intimidation roll when I say what I'm about to say, but I want you to make that decision.
Yeah, intimidation for sure.
Okay. I'm going to say, I can always have you leave if the king changes his mind, but if he wishes to have you stay, we can have you stay very much put. And I'm going to, like, look at his neck very, very appraisingly.
Sure.
And that is going to be, Jesus God, 23 intimidation.
Why do you intimidate the people that's agreed with us?
Yeah. He looks at you very strangely, and then he looks at Baynard and says, she's not in charge of my well-being, is she?
No.
Okay. I think we can work through this then.
Yeah, and I'm going to go back to the king's side, but stay between him and the king.
Can Marcus kick in the door now and be like, wait, don't harm the guy?
Yeah, it's perfect timing.
We are not harming anyone, Marcus. The king has seen to that.
Yeah, Anoran, but I just don't think you do the right thing at any time, so...
I refuse to be lectured by a thief.
You don't know any of that, so you can go fuck yourself.
Anoran, that's behind us. Marcus is to be trusted right now until I say otherwise. Marcus, do we have any of that green fancy ale we found a long time ago? It's we need to make a toast to our new friends.
Yeah, let me just check my ankle-deep pocket.
Come, let's all head back to the castle. We have much to plan before the sun sets tonight.